Daño, oh daño, oh wada dañ dañ, engba wada da da wada dañ dañ, oh daño, oh daño, oh wada dañ dañ, engba daño, oh daño, oh wada dañ dañ, daño, oh daño, oh wada dañ dañ,
wada da daño, daño, oh wada dañ dañ, engba daño, daño, oh wada dañ dañ.
Ya waleta matam sanga. Yabo!
This is the voice of the patriot. And here we speak truth to power. We don't compromise the truth. We are always on the side of the truth as much as we can. And remember, here we don't criticize. If we must criticize, it must be on one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying it is in the service of God and country that we are on. Oh gosh.
Yabo!
This is the voice of the patriot. We are seeking answers for the problems of this nation and the continent as a whole in our own small way. My brother, my sister, we make a difference. That difference, that change starts with you. We believe in that mantra. And the first story is coming from Ghana Word. It says, we will vote against you. Don't dare come and campaign. Man fumes as excavator is burnt. And I read it. Now, an angry miner involved in illegal mining, commonly known as galamseyers, has threatened to lead his community in voting massively against the new Patriotic Party in the December 7, 2024 general elections. Now, this came after a military task force assigned to clamp down on illegal mining activities burned the excavator he used for his operations. In a video shared on X, formerly known as Twitter, the illegal miner expressed his frustration with President Akufo-Addo's decision to crack down on illegal mining, vowing that the NPP would face consequences at the polls for their actions. Now, the fools amongst the leaders are too many now. We will stop campaigning for the party. They will do the campaigning themselves with their children. Whether they like it or not, we will vote against them during the general elections. We will not allow them to campaign in this area. Look at what they have done to this excavator. Why should they burn it? He angrily remarked. So these are some of the non-patriots we have in this country. They have no common sense of patriotism. And this is a big lesson to all politicians. All those who are politicking with the livelihoods and lives of the people. Hallelujah. Blakk Rasta, expatiate, please. Watch this. Now, this man here does not care what happens to his environment. He doesn't care what happens to the next generation in terms of diseases and sicknesses. He doesn't care what happens to the farmers in the area who rely on the soil in order to have their livelihoods. A man like this is a mass murderer. My brother, my sister, what lesson should politicians pick up from this? Now their only weapon is their thumbprints, aka their votes. They are threatening that should you continue stopping them from doing their galamsey, should you continue stop them, should you stop them from their mass murder activities, they will vote against you during the elections. Who cares? All politicians must stand on one ground. Galamsey is a mass murder activity. Galamsey has gone beyond a heinous crime to a mass murder crime. My brother, How different are the galamseyers from the serial killers we have in our society? Polluting water bodies, poisoning the land, killing flora and fauna. And this man here, with no common sense, stands there and says, we will vote against Nana Akufo-Addo. We will vote against the NPP. Yes. And because the NPP and other political parties do not think about the lives of the people, they only think about votes, they will allow these people to continue destroying the land. I must applaud Nana Akufo-Addo for asking the soldiers to go out, albeit too late. We will say late than never. I hope this is not another political gimmick. Go there, ransack the area for 4 days, and go back and sleep for 1 trillion years so that galamsey activities can continue. My brother, listen to what this man is saying. And this is an adult with hair in hidden places. This guy here is somebody's father. And he's saying his only weapon is he would not vote for the party in power because they stopped him from doing galamsey. May I just say this? Why burn down the excavators anyway? Why not seize those excavators and turn them in as national property? Why do we not take the excavators and all other such equipment that they use for their galamsey and give that to the state? That will make more sense than just setting them on fire. It is no different from when they seize the marijuana and they set it on fire. And the policemen who stand there and set the ganja on fire, before they leave the place, they are all high, like the Most High. My brother, my sister, stop burning the excavators. Stop burning the changfans. Seize them permanently and give those to the state, please. That will make more sense to us than just burning them. At this point, my brother, my sister, I want to say thank you so much to the President of the nation, at least for listening to organized labor. And I heard somewhere in Dabuasi, the youth have also challenged some Chinese galamseyers. And there was a shootout. The Chinese shot 2 of them who are in critical conditions right now. They went out to stop the Chinese from destroying their communities with galamsey. I want to see all the youth in Ghana love their motherland to the point that they would actively, with the help of the police and the law, go out there and stop anybody who goes out there to destroy our land. Now, still on galamsey, watch this. It looks like somebody is supporting something I said a few weeks back. And this man here is called Joe Wise. Do we all remember Joe Wise? All right, he's a parliamentarian. Galamsey, the best way to deal with minors is to use snipers to shoot them. This is Joe Wise talking. Did you hear that? Galamsey, the best way to deal with minors is to use snipers to shoot them. And I read. Now, the first Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Joseph Owusu, has restated his calls for a more drastic approach to addressing and tackling the illegal mining menace in the country. Speaking in an interview on Accra-based Asasepa FM on October 10, 2024, Osewusu, also known as Joe Wise, proposed a shoot-to-kill approach for illegal miners operating in water bodies, suggesting that military personnel assigned to these areas should take such action. I leave it right there. A few months back, there were some people who said Joe Wise should remove the Wise out of his name and put something in there that I cannot say on radio. Because there was a voting in Parliament, and he was involved in an action that demeaned and disrespected fairness in that voting. I won't go into it. But let us look at the merit of what he's saying. My brother, galamseyers are mass murderers. They are worse than serial killers. My brother, today we sit in Accra and drink mineral water, bottled water, sachet water, and we think we are safe. A little do we know that we are drinking water that contains heavy metals. Before we realize, our stomachs start bloating, we start getting cancers, urinary problems, so many other diseases, including cancers. Today, my brother, my sister, it's only an idiot who will say, oh, as long as we are not on the site of galamsey, we are safe. Don't say that. My brother, my sister, the activities of galamseyers touch us. I have said it time and again. These people are mass murderers. They are so selfish. They don't care what happens to the generation after they get their gold and they are gone. For that matter, if the law goes out there to apprehend them, stop them from doing this heinous crime, and they decide to fight back because they have weapons, police and soldier and authorities must shoot and kill. Shoot them. If a serial killer comes into Media General right now, my brother, and he shoots one man down, and he's coming with a loaded gun, it will be so unwise on our parts to say that because we are men and women of God, we should stand aside and let him shoot us so we would all go to heaven. This is suicide. We must shoot and kill him. Shoot him. It's the same thing about this galamsey thing. Joe Wise is singing my song. If we shoot and kill 10 people at different places on the galamsey site, they will be wise. The average Ghanaian is so silly to the point that, listen, until the fire starts burning him, he will never heed to the call of, hey, there's a fire on the mountain. To the Ghanaian, there's a fire on the mountain is only a song. Run, 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 there's a fire on the mountain. Run, 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 there's a fire on the mountain. They use it for Jama. Run, 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 there's a fire on the mountain. Run, 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 there's a fire on the mountain. They are singing. They are not watching the warning. It's a warning, it's not a song. Before we realize there's a huge volcano and tens of thousands of people are dead, then we start crying and saying that our gods are responsible for that. We must go and appease them. Shoot them! Next story I want to look at, my brother, my sister, is also taken from Ghana Web. And this is so nauseous, I didn't want to look at it. But my producer says, so what are you going to do? You got to take it. If you don't do it, nobody else will do it. So I've taken it on myself. My brother, it's deep. It's very deep. I need you to come along so we look at this dispassionately. I need you to open your ears and listen with rapt attention. Hey, my God. Hey, please come along. It says, and I read, Chinese kids are building machines. You are here protesting. And this is Koku, and you know, slamming UTAG. And I read, former Deputy General Secretary of the National Democratic Congress, the NDC, Koku Anyudoho, has expressed strong reservations about the impact of the National Science and Maths Quiz on Ghana's development. In an interview on Kingdom FM monitored by mynewsgh.com, Anyudoho downplayed the significance of the prestigious academic competition, arguing that while it showcases intellectual brilliance, it fails to translate into tangible benefits for the society. Students go up there, memorize formulas and scientific codes, and sure, they perform well and win accolades. But where is the application? How does it move Ghana forward? He questioned. pointing out that many of these brilliant students end up securing scholarships abroad, benefiting other countries rather than contributing to Ghana's growth. Sharing a personal story, Anyudoho revealed that his niece, Sede Anyudoho, once represented Wesley Girls High School in the National Science and Maths quiz. Despite her participation, he admitted he was not impressed with the program, stating, "Even with my own niece in the competition, I couldn't get excited. It's all very mechanical. It's about regulating information, not information and innovation." Anyudoho's main concern lies in the disconnect between academic excellence and practical application in sectors critical to Ghana's development. He highlighted that while schools across the country excel in technical skills and innovation, they lack the necessary support from institutions like the University Teachers Association of Ghana. And that's why I'm taking this. Listen to the next part. He criticized the UTAG for focusing too much on protests and strikes rather than fostering the growth and development of students in practical, innovative fields. Look at China. There's a focus on manufacturing and technology. Anyudoho remarked, stressing that innovation should be a priority, especially in a global economy increasingly driven by technology. Well, this is not the first time we are hearing that the National Science and Maths quiz could do better, and that the teaching of science and mathematics in our schools could raise that from just the mechanical part to the innovative part. In other words, from the theoretical. In fact, we will be able to do a lot more with the practical. My brother, my sister, but this is the case. After saying all these beautiful things, Koku Anyudoho now says that UTAG seems to only be interested in protests. My brother, my sister, he is downplaying the fight against galamsey. Yes, Chinese children are building machines. They are manufacturing things. We need to reach that level. How can we reach the level? What are some of the things we can do in order to do what all these people are doing? We can't continue to be theoretical without being practical. A scientist in Ghana, professor emeritus professor to the highest level, is not able to even invent a balloon. Yet in China, a 5-year-old has long gone beyond the invention of a balloon. My brother, my sister, a 20-year-old is able to dismantle a whole plane engine and fix it back in just a few minutes. Yet in our country, when our planes halt or are grounded, we have to go to China and bring all these people to come and fix that. After so many years of teaching science and mathematics, what is the problem? Instead of looking at what the problem is, we continue to just be theoretical. One reason I ran away from the science class was because of the formula. This square is equal to that square. Square root of that gives you that. And when you ask to find out how you came by that, they are quick to tell you that that has been what it was from the start. Just memorize it and pass your exam. As if passing your exam is the only reason you're supposed to be in school. I'm going to cut this short. Kweku Anyudoho, you've made so much sense with this, but you destroyed it all by playing politics. These people who are out on the street, we have lauded them already. They are fighting a good fight. Sometimes I'm tempted to say that all those people who support galamsey in one way or the other, or politicize galamsey, may they continue to have some diseases, so that when they look at those diseases, the cancers that other people are suffering in these mining areas and beyond, they will see the seriousness of the fight.
Yabo! Yabo!
Now I'm going to look at the very last thing and we'll be done. My brother, my sister, I want to look at this and I need you to come along. Oh, things are happening in our country. It looks like we are only interested in politics and nothing more. Hey, it's sad. But who will talk about it? My brother, my sister, let us go into it and look at it very, very carefully. It's also from Ghana Web. And it says, galamsey, miners will mine with data from qualified geologists in my administration. And this is Baumia speaking. Now, the 2024 flag bearer of the new patriotic party, Miss Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, has promised to regulate the small-scale mining sector in Ghana to ensure that the country benefits immensely from the industry. Dr. Baumia was addressing a stakeholders engagement in Upper Denchura West in the central region, said his administration would permit registered small-scale miners to make use of data from the Geological Survey Authority in their work. Well, I'll leave it right here. As it stands right now, I am sure a lot of people are insulting Nana Akufo-Addo within the NPP, especially those galamsey MPs. Nana Efriye Ayu. And the other one, I don't remember his name. All the galamseyers in the NPP, including Wuntumi, by now they are cursing Nana Akufo-Addo for taking this drastic action one more time, by allowing the soldiers to go out there and chase all those hoodlums out of the place. I'm sure by now they are telling Baumia, if you lose the election, it's because of Nana Akufo-Addo. I wouldn't be surprised if they do something untoward to the old man. But there's a saying I love. They say death before dishonor. My brother, my sister, listen to what this man is saying. He says, geologists will help with the small-scale mining. Mahama says yes. Students and graduates of the Par Grant University of Mining in Takwa will help the small-scale miners. It's the same thing they are all talking about. The fight against galamsey has been politicized. Nobody is ready to say, we are going to stop all forms of small-scale mining until our water bodies heave a sigh of relief. I'll leave it here.
Ya waleta matam sanga.